York University. We'll be back shortly with continued coverage.
Hey guys, I just want to say I'm very happy that the University of New Hampshire actually accepted my apology over Twitter.
Oh, that's great.
So if University of New Hampshire, if you're listening, hey, thank you so much. That means a lot. So again, I gotta say, you guys rocked it in the second round.
And I do have to say, in Chris's defense, you guys were so fast during that run, it would confuse anybody and cause them to come up with all kinds of metaphors because...
it's getting hot out here.
But you are right. They were moving very, very fast. I remember when we were talking about it, we were looking actually in the other arena, and you could see...
That's what I meant. That's what I meant when I say they're coming out of nowhere, because you see them going back and forth so fast, and it just took me by surprise.
Yeah. I tell you what,
they were in overdrive for the full 10 minutes.
They were in overdrive, and very fun. Had a very good attitude, and it was. Their teammate Drew couldn't make it to the competition.
Yeah, big shout out to Drew, couldn't make it, and Callie did a great job on camera, of course. So I don't know. She may have a position for a co-host for NASA Edge to replace some others. So
let's not get crazy. Unless there's a trade program where I can be useful in another place, then I've got a lock on this position.
So we're still waiting for Case Western Reserve University and York University to set up for their second run. Now, Franklin, if I recall, York University is still, they're in the hunt because they actually collected regolith in round one, and they actually had, I can tell you in 1 second, they had 495 points after round one. So if they get 10 kilograms in the hopper, then they will have bumped up into fifth place.
Yes.
Well, I want to see it. I'm really proud of these teams that have made a good first run. Really want to see that trend continue. In Case Western, quite honestly, I'd like to see them put together a solid run and edge into that second tier in the top 10.
And just to clarify, that of course they don't have 0.7 kilograms or 0.5. That's going to be.
That's true.
They haven't started yet, so that will be zeroed out. It looks like the teams now are starting to exit the arena. Doing some final last minute grooming of the arena and
preparing those obstacles, or the area around the obstacles. I mean, they pretty much shaped the others, but
now I wonder if during this time the teams in the communication vans can connect with their robots, or once the clock starts, they have to connect. Because I know that once the clock starts, some of them just jump off the line.
I think they're already in communication with the robots at this point, because when we've talked to some teams that have said they've had communication problems, it sounds like, and we should get clarification, that during this time, some of them have been trying to reestablish communication.
Right, because you have 10 minutes.
You
had that 10-minute period to get what you need to get ready. So
to prep.
Yep.
But you can't send commands until...
Well, you certainly don't want to do that and then lose communication, because you might make it very exciting for some of the crew in there dressing the arena.
Hey, just want to let you know, on deck after Case Western Reserve University and York University, we have Purdue and Milwaukee School of Engineering. So they should be at the inspection station awaiting their run. All right, Franklin, what do you think? What happens if York just pulls out a Laurentian and just destroys it?
Hey, man, it
300 kilograms of regolith.
It could happen.
Could happen, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah. Well, no. But if they qualify, they still have a chance to head up the
Top
second tier
5.
team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's.
But I would love to see that.
I would too. I'd like to see a shake-up.
Oh my goodness.
And they are off. Time has started, and both robots. It's good. The rounds after lunch, we have seen movement right away. This is very good.
Right into nice.
Made it through. Made it through that. Wow. Made quick work of the obstacle.
Backing up, going to corner on the cob. This York University. Watch it. Here we go.
He likes that corn on the cob analogy, doesn't he?
He does. I thought it would disappear after lunch, after he'd eaten, but no, he's clinging to it.
I had corn on the cob yesterday. The day before yesterday. It was. Here it is. Boom, boom, boom. Seems like Case Western University is in a lock position. They made it to the digging area. The scoop is in the air, and it's just stuck there. This might be one of those situations where they've lost communication, and now they're trying to reestablish it. York University is employing the corner on the cob move across the digging area. I don't think they're going to maximize any points on dust mitigation.
Well, but at least from a score standpoint, it's similar to what they did before. I think it's at some point you might say to yourself, we need to collect regolith. We need to get that 10 kilograms.
York University, I think are they going to go over this rock, or are they going to try to go around it?
Well, you saw him take the obstacle earlier.
Oh, got it.
Wow.
All right, here we go.
The first dump of the day.
Yeah, the afternoon.
Afternoon, excuse me.
Yeah.
For them. Well, for them.
For them, certainly. Yeah.
Man, that thing is moving at fast.
I'm telling you,
Wow.
Laurentian University.
I tell you, it's
All over again.
Wow. Wow.
secured qualification. They are.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, again, it's all unofficial.
Like waving in more.
Spin a little more. See what happens. Wow, they're not just spinning a little more; they're spinning a lot.
Well, remember,
more.
I think this is as cool as it is 3 times as fast on the dump than it is to pick up, right?
Yep. Yeah, it looks like they at least squeezed out or eked out 1 more kilogram at 11.
Watch that crater.
Well,
Oh, they got
They,
that thing.
No
dude,
problem.
they are not afraid of the crater.
How heavy?
They're in
how-
fifth place.
what's the size of their rover? Do we have a weight on theirs?
I
don't have
remember,
a way,
but I imagine
I can tell you what their score.
if their score was 411, not even
Stand by.
factoring in what regolith they collected yesterday, they must have a fairly heavy machine because
I can tell you how many points they
teams
lost.
like Alabama were up in the 700 range.
So York University, depending, well, if they try to take any weight off
Correct.
for this round, but for the first round, they actually lost 552 points. So it's actually heavier than North Dakota's.
Yeah.
That makes
So-
sense based on their final score.
So, because they went through that whole like a F-150.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little weight
And
on it.
Case Western is seems to be working over there on in their part of the arena, in the digging area.
So it's interesting is that with York University, they can scoop up their rate of scooping up regolith is less than their dumping, but they can scoop up more because they have more buckets. So it's a very interesting combination.
And you can see they're doing a modified cob, reference to Franklin.
A sideways
Yeah,
cob.
that's- Which we're under 5 minutes. It doesn't seem like they would be at a point where they're just trying to collect a little bit of regolith. They've got plenty of time.
Yes.
And will Case Western be able to make it back and make a good delivery? We're about to find out. It looks like they've things have slowed in the arena.
Well, I think York University will definitely dump a second round if they haven't lost control with their robot. It seems like there's,
Yeah,
but they have qualified, which is
They're-
which,
yeah,
which
they're-
is good. I mean,
that's right.
the rest is icing on the cake. But I'd like to see them make another deposit.
I think
Oh, there's
in the case of Case Western,
Yes.
they've lost communication and probably trying to establish communication because they've been in that position, they were able to dig, and now they're stopped again. And in the past, we've heard teams say, hey, when it happens, we just got to reset and get moving.
We're just 2.5 minutes.
Oh, looks like we have a confirmation from one of the judges that we have a battery drain on York University's robot. So I think they're going to be non-functional at this point.
Maybe, but unlike many teams we've seen today, their battery drain or problem, if you will, has happened on the other side of qualification. So at least for them, they can walk away and know that they've...
And there we have York University's control room. And I think they've realized that there's nothing they can do at this point. But they should be happy because they've qualified again.
Yeah.
They have over 10 kilograms. I know it has to be frustrating.
Yep.
Because they do have a pretty good design with their robot. Just unfortunate. Why they had that battery drain, that's one of the questions we're going to have to ask.
When we have a battery drain in our cars may not turn over, but we'll be able to turn on our windshield wipers, or the radio still might work. Not for long,
Right.
but it sounds like it looks like they have just a little.
Yeah, even if they can move their conveyor system a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't have enough juice to keep the whole system going.
One thing I've noticed from all the teams, those who have done extremely well, They're very humble about what they've done, and those who haven't done as well, they've had some very, very good attitudes about.
Oh, absolutely.
And they've remained positive, even though they're a little upset at the outcome of their runs. They've put the good foot forward.
Hey, this competition is a learning experience. It's these young kids. I mean, I can't believe I'm seeing young kids at this point. But yeah, I mean,
I know you still look like a college student.
Yeah, compared to yeah. But these young kids, this is what it's all about, and they're getting hands-on experience. They're taking what they learn in the classroom and applying it. And when they graduate from school, I think you were interviewing the student from University of Arkansas, who's graduating from and going on to Georgia Tech.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just think, when he submitted his application to Georgia Tech, I bet you when the regular mining competition was on there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Georgia Tech field a robot next year.
That's right.
That'd be good to see.
And our man from Arkansas might be right there as a team lead.
Yeah.
And like I said, you're going to have some of these folks who are going to move on to work in industry, work at NASA, like work at Caterpillar. Eric was telling us that there's a student here, not a student, but actually an employee who participated last year is back here, working the area for Caterpillar.
Yeah.